It's May 2nd, folks. The greatest day in sports. That's a question mark. It's the fight that we've all been waiting for, but there's also the Kentucky Derby, the NFL Draft, Yankees at Red Sox, NBA playoffs, and NHL playoffs. But if I had to guess, Vegas will win the night and day, for that matter. The MGM Grand is where we will be. Money versus Manny. Who wins, Stephen A?
Who wins? I mean, why are you asking me these questions?
I'm sorry. Let me get out
Well,
of here.
let's talk about something else. Floyd Mayweather Jr., TKO, 11th round. Usually it would be a decision, Skip Bayless, but Manny Pacquiao only knows one way to fight. He keeps coming. What happens? That ultimately makes him target practice for Floyd Mayweather. Punch, counter punch, right, straight right, check, left hook. Doesn't matter. Whatever it takes, it's how it's going to go down. I love Manny Pacquiao. Incredibly nice guy. Love his smile, love his demeanor, love his disposition. Love him. He's just an incredibly nice young man. I wish him nothing but the best. He's a member of Congress in the Philippines. You know, who knows what he's going to be doing later on. He likes to sing. Just ask Drake. He'll tell you all about it. In the end, none of that has anything to do with what's going to transpire on May the 2nd. He's never been in the ring with this kind of pugilist, this gifted magician that is going to pick him apart and to be across from that man. After talking all that junk you've been talking, he put himself in a hole. Be careful what you ask for, Skip Bayless. Manny asked for this. As Roy Jones Jr., my man, Roy Jones Jr. once said when he knocked out Montel Griffin in the first round in their rematch after Roy lost because of a disqualification in the 9th round, Roy said, I didn't want to have to do this, but you made me.
He called him a
That's what Floyd is saying. I didn't want to have to do this, but you made me. That's what it is. Pacquiao brought this on himself. I'm sorry.
Are you finished?
I'm finished.
Good. Now it's my turn.
Your turn.
Hurry up.
There's only one reason I would pick Floyd Mayweather Jr. to win this fight, and that would be if you told me he was wealthy enough to afford a hot tub time machine that would take him back 10 years to age 27. So if you told me 27-year-old Floyd, via the hot tub time machine, would walk into the ring against a 36-year-old Manny Pacquiao, I'd say you might have a shot in this one. But you know what? I don't think those hot tub time machines work.
No, they don't. They do not.
You could try. You could spend millions. You could spend $1 billion. I just don't believe it would really work.
I don't think so.
So I'm pretty sure that Floyd is going to still be 37 years of age when he steps into that ring in which you can assault people. In that ring, it's legal to assault, even though Floyd has never had a conscious thought of assaulting because he pillow fights people because he doesn't have much punching power. Stephen A. Smith, I have given you this from the start. You have often called Floyd Mayweather Jr. the best defensive fighter ever. I don't know if you put the pound for pound on that or not. Let's just let's remove the pound for pound. I'm going to give you this. He is the best defensive fighter ever. And to the word that you called him, pugilist. Is that new to you?
No, well, you know, Cinderella Man, explain what a pugilist is, because that's what I first knew.
You know, it's almost a literary term for a fighter. And you know what? As a defensive fighter, Floyd deserves that label of pugilist. It elevates him into a category that is rare. He's a pugilist.
This is true.
Not that there haven't been
other
average pugilists in the past. But the point here is, given how great he is defensively, he's about to be up against hands that are as quick as his hands. That's scary for a fighter whose hands are always quicker than his opponents. Floyd has never stepped in the ring with one other human whose hands have been as quick as his. Also, those hands are attached to a mind that is as quick as Floyd's. Manny Pacquiao has boxing genius to him. Now, he's more reckless than Floyd. Floyd's much more conservative, and he wants to just sort of waltz through the fight, you know, and just play and toy with his opponent because he can't knock people out. We know that. Manny gets a little impatient occasionally and just wants to get this thing over with because he knows he is so superior to his opponent. Has he had more punching power in the past for whatever reason? Maybe because he was just younger. Yes, he has. Does he still have far more power than Floyd Mayweather Jr. ever thought about having? Yes. So quick hands are fueled by rare power that Floyd hasn't experienced very often, if ever. So all of a sudden, the combination of boxing genius, quick hands, rare power, and left hand. He's left-handed. Not that that's the end of the world for Floyd, because he's been okay against some lefties. But it just throws one other variable, one other distraction for Floyd Mayweather Jr. on the night of May 2nd will be that this guy's leading with his left and leading with his left. And he's kind of hard to catch, and his head can move as quickly as Floyd's. And all of a sudden, it's a bad matchup for Floyd May or May not Weather Jr. And he's going to get tagged. I don't know that his jaw is made of glass, but I'm not sure it's made of steel. I'm just not sure about that because he hasn't been tagged very often. He's gotten hit a couple times here lately. Yeah. And I was impressed that he stood and took it, shook it off. Not like this.
You know how
go ahead.
I would say, you know how we do the giveaways?
Yeah.
I can already see the first hit giveaways. May or may not.
May or may not weather.
I see it happening already.
I like it.
May I respond to that soliloquy that Skip Bayless just threw out there?
And fail to respond.
Number one, you do make a very, very valid point from the standpoint that Floyd doesn't seem incredibly comfortable fighting southpaws.
Yep.
I will give you that. And Manny Pacquiao obviously is one, so that's a problem. Number two, I saw Floyd Mayweather Jr. get rocked twice.
Yep.
I saw him get hit by Sugar Shane Mosley.
He did.
In the second round, and then he came out and commenced to whipping his butt the rest of the way. And I saw him get tagged by Madonna.
He did.
The last fight, the second fight against Marcos Madonna in that third round. Floyd, you know, he got tagged at the end of the round and held on to that rope. You know, the bell rang after he got hit, so it went virtually unnoticed by a lot of people. But I saw it. So in that regard, you have a point. But Shane was bigger, stronger to some degree than a Pacquiao. Madonna, definitely so, although none of them have the quickness, the speed of Manny Pacquiao. But I'm going to say this again to you, Skip Bayless. You keep talking about Floyd getting hit. What about Manny getting hit? Floyd, it's not like he hits you and he doesn't hurt you. Floyd doesn't follow up because Floyd is really the aggressor offensively. He's more focused on being safe and being a defensive wizard. But Manny Pacquiao comes, and he comes with reckless abandon. That's the difference. If it were not for that, if Manny Pacquiao was one of those cautious dudes, whether it be an Oscar De La Hoya, whether it be a Miguel Cotto to some degree, whether it be others, that would be different. But Manny Pacquiao believes in being the constant aggressor. And because of that, he's not the greatest defensive fighter in the world. His defense is predicated on his offensive efficiency. And that's the difference. That's where he's setting himself up to get picked apart by Money Mayweather.
Okay, I'm going to tell you what I told you to open the show. I have a good source in Manny's camp who continues to remind me that Manny Pacquiao's heart and soul and mind and will have not been in any fights that he's fought for the last 5 years. He has wanted only one man and one man only, and it's this man on May the 2nd. You're going to see a different Pacquiao this time. Maybe not so reckless. Maybe not so disinterested. Maybe his mind won't wander the way it did against Marquez in their 9th or 10th fight.
The producers for First Take need to hold on for a second. I'm sick of time. I'm going to put this out there. Okay. You know what, Skip Bayless? When you stand across that ring and you are looking in the eyes of somebody that I'm talking about is totally unfazed by the big stage, that has proven he will respond to the big moment. It doesn't faze him. Man, I can't emphasize this to you enough. To stand across that ring for somebody as great as Mayweather that you've been talking smack about, that you accused of being scared, with Mayweather knowing most of the world is against him, having a bunch of brothers that's sitting there looking at him and going like, You remember what this dude said about you, right?
What?
You remember how he talked about you, right?
Well,
I mean, you're not understanding, Skip Bayless. When you're talking about fighting,
You do not
when
agree,
you talk about
Skip.
fighting,
The world
The world's not against
you.
him.
Are
The
you
world is not
kidding?
against Floyd.
No.
The
It's
world's
like,
not against Floyd.
You're not really understanding what I'm trying to say.
I hear
When you
exactly
stand
what
there-
you're talking about.
When the brothers are sitting there going like, you know what he said about you.
They
He
say
was
that.
He was mocking you, calling you scared. Floyd, you remember that, right? When you sit there
Floyd
and Floyd is in your face, Floyd is in your face, and he's like, yeah, here we are now.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right.
You know, when you were talking about
keep
somebody
talking.
who loves the big
You
stage,
keep talking.
I thought you were talking about Manny Pacquiao.
He loves
I
it?
did.
Please.
He loves the big stage.
I
And
know he does.
last quick point.
But he ain't
This
facing
is
no
just-
cat like this.
Have you been watching Stephen A. and the Monitor
Yes,
today?
yes.
Okay, just whatever studio you're in, it's got a little green glare across your glasses. And I'm starting to wonder if you're just green with envy because I have Manny Pacquiao and you don't in this fight. That's what I think's happening here.
Why would I be envious of somebody that I think
Because
is
you
gonna
know that your man is going down and you can't stand it.
lose? Something wrong with you. Too much dying
Green
out.
with envy.
Yeah, a little bit.
Something
A
wrong.
little green.
Yeah.
He's sitting next to bro, across from that brother. He's been
It's the-
talking a lot of smack.
Stephen A, it's
All
the
right.
light. The light's reflecting
Yeah.
on your glasses, so it's giving you this green.
It's a
yeah,
good look.
yeah. There you go. Take it off, gangster. You came for it. You came for the fight. All right.
Y'all, come on now. Y'all don't even understand. You understand what you asked for if you're Manny Pacquiao. You done bit off a
You
little
can't hit a man with glasses. Now I can hit back.
You
'cause
can
took
fight
the
fairly.
glasses
You
off.
can
Yeah.
fight fairly. All right. Coming up next, folks.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
celebration of Black History,
Yeah.
we look at the past, present, and future of the African-American quarterback. Stephen A's in Vegas already, folks. He's already there. We'll be right back in just a few moments.